Today,
Everybody seems to have a bit of an agenda these days.
yes, everyone is pushing an agenda in some manner.
Yeah.
I think everyone's trying to monetize everything.
Yeah.
That's what we're kind
Yeah. And this was sparked because we were behind a car. Was it yesterday or earlier today? I think it was earlier today. And they had a 3D camera that was coming
Yes,
off the
it was
back.
lime green Camaro.
Yeah.
And they had a mount for the 3D camera on the back of their windshield sticking up. And I've seen a lot of motorcycles do this. And it's just like people are just recording everything and trying to monetize everything they do. Which is like, if you're just driving your car, and I know there's a niche for it, for almost everything. And I get it. I get why it's like alluring. 100%. Like, if you can make money living your life, why not just make money living your life being who you want to be? You know, so.
And it's not like we're not guilty of that to some extent.
Yeah, to some extent, the things that we really enjoy, like, and we gain knowledge of, you definitely can make, you can monetize and help other people with the knowledge you've gained over time. And then that becomes, like I said, that becomes really like hard not to dive into that.
Right. Well, yeah, because what is that saying? If you do something that you love, then you never work a day in your life or whatever. And
bullshit,
so well, to an extent, but I mean, if you are able to make money off of things that you would do normally, and being able to share that with the world, then yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, we've gotten lucky enough to be able to do some of that, and it is fantastic. And I've did that for a long time, but it's still work.
Yeah.
Like, that's the trick. It's still work. And people say you being your own boss is great. You're never your own boss.
Oh my gosh.
You know this. You're never your own boss because the customer pays you the money, and the people you work with help you pay the money. So you always have to be able to like change that up. So where you want to go with this, Kate? We want to try to help and break it all down.
Yeah. So one of the things that we were talking about was that sort of the whole, your life is sort of becoming just nothing more than content, right? And so you lose so much of that authenticity of your life that way, because it's like, oh my gosh, well, first of all, I've got to take this photo for the gram, or, I need to make this into a video or whatever. Then it's like, how much of that is actually your life? And how much of that is just, something that you're staging because you're going to make some money off of it? So you lose a lot of authenticity in yourself and your audience, obviously. Like, if you're, constantly posting just for other people, saying like, this is my life, or this is what I do, or this is who I am, and it's not really, it's more for, just like views and likes, and, maybe you got a brand backing you, or you're hoping to get a brand deal or something, that it's like, this isn't really your life, this is what you want your life to be like, but, which is totally fine. But then the people watching, don't know what to believe. They don't know if you're authentic or not, if you're really this person, or you really like this stuff, and it sort of like just becomes really diluted.
I agree. When you start pushing, and this is where the dilemma really comes in with, like, you do a vlog, so you know how this is. You do a vlog. But the dilemma really comes in when the money starts getting pushed. And I've seen situations where it's usually like, well, I can make money and just put this product in my vlog and act like it's amazing and do whatever this. And, but then, like you said, the authenticity gets ruined. And I've seen people I've liked and, followed some people since the dawn of time and whatever. And then I see that change as they make money. And it's like, oh, I've seen you do this for a long time, and now I know you're pitching this, and I've used a couple of your things, and some of them are garbage.
Yeah.
Because I know like what you're doing, and you're making money, and I don't blame you at all. I get it. Like, it's a business. I've went to work for 12 hours a day working in a factory for other people's stuff. I would much rather be home making videos for that much, to make that same amount of money with way more freedom. And I think the goal is the freedom. And that's where people get it skewed. Yeah. And I get it, because if you can go out and live your life, like, and make those videos and make money doing that, awesome, great for you. But like you're saying, there's so many people now that they try to build their life for that. Like, you do a vlog and it like documents what you're doing these days.
Which isn't like, glamorous by any stretch. And I do talk about things that I like products that I like and stuff. I'm not sponsored, and I don't make any money off of any of the stuff that I talk about. It's just stuff that I genuinely like. And I do know that there are lots of people out there that when they do these things and they're talking about things, the products that they use or that they like, that they are genuine about it. But then there are some that, that aren't. And so it's like, as someone who's consuming those videos or consuming that content, like, how do you know what to believe? And so, and then, it's just there's always that agenda in the background. And you're like, is that what you're doing, or can I believe what you're saying?
And I think that goes with someone's personal integrity a lot. Like, even when I was working with companies, like the drum stuff, and sticks and cymbals and drums, it was always stuff that I used. It was never like, well, here's these really garbage things we're going to give you I want you to use them. And I'll, no, because if I hand those to someone, hey, try this, and it's garbage, then my word is crushed. And I could explain, and I also wanted the stuff that I've had hands on, that I've been able to experience over time. That was always like, to me, these are awesome. And they may not work for you, and that's exactly what I would always say.
Yeah.
Like, these are great. These are what I like. These are awesome. And maybe what I do is different than what you do. But these are the things I like about them. So if you're doing this, you might want to try this version or this thing, but stay within that realm, because you have some faith in what you like.
Next thing is, we were talking about this earlier. It's weird when people post videos of themselves like crying and like upset, and like they've gone through this thing, and now you're making a video about it and you're posting it. Yeah,
I find it obviously super weird.
Yeah,
because you're personal, unless you're in the middle of talking about something in the video and you're like, hey guys, this is going on, look out for this, and then it just so happens you start crying. I personally find that weird. I've seen people do it, and it's like, it's emotional time. Sometimes that works, but when you just post a video of, my boyfriend broke up with me, and you're crying or something, or the government won't let me die, and you're bitching and moaning and crying and screaming, and it's like, you actually were not as emotional to forget about the phone. I forget about that shit all the time because I'm trying to live.
Right. You just happen to catch certain things on video, and it's like, well, first of all, how much of your life are you videotaping?
Yes.
But second of all, like, the fact that you most likely, especially if your lighting is good and like your makeup's on point or whatever it is, and you're making this video, you're like, why would, like, I guess for us, like, we're not going to share something like personal like that online. Like,
I'll share the person. I ain't gonna cry though. I'm not gonna like, oh, I can't look at it. Like, but there's a lot of bad things that happen, that like good and bad things and personal stuff that you can share that will help other people. But you don't need to come on here crying to make a point.
It's the point. It's like
it's the point. Like, you don't need to do that. I was so robbed. They did this and they did that, and they're bad people. Like,
it makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make me feel. It makes me feel sad for the person that they're so tied into their phone that in an emotional state, the first thing they want to do is grab their phone to videotape themselves and then look at it and post it.
Yeah.
Not, what the difference is? You should have grabbed your phone and called somebody you needed to talk to, like a family member or a friend or something. You should or your loved one or something.
Right.
You should do that and be like, I'm having this go on, or just sit in your car and fucking cry it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to get a cry.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So again, that goes back to the, like, what's your agenda with this?
Yeah,
like, you're trying to get the views and
trying to spark something.
Trying to spark something, or you're trying to get validation from comments or something. And so again, that goes back to the authenticity. Like, it just really is questionable.
Yeah. Also, there's a fly in here that's been attacking us all day, so
don't need to talk about
pay attention to the fly. The next one that I think gets a little touchy nowadays, especially if somebody does any of the social media, YouTube, and they're getting monetized for it, would be friendship as networking. So I think a lot of people now will, if you're in the YouTube realm or social media realm, right? Not everyone, but if you're in that realm, you meet people and you kind of start looking at them as a dollar sign rather than like someone just makes you laugh. Someone you just want to hang out with. It's like, oh, we can hang out, but how many followers do you have, and how many followers can I get from you, and do all, and that is a bad way to go about everything.
Yeah, well, that's not friendship.
That's not friendship, but a lot of people think that is now.
Yeah, and that's sad.
That's sad.
We're always looking at, like, how can you help me?
Yes.
In in this realm. Like, and it's not even necessarily like social media or being, on YouTube, that kind of stuff. Like, just in life, like, people have a tendency to look around and go, like, I understand wanting to like better your circle, and especially if you're trying to work on yourself. Maybe you're trying to build a business, that kind of thing. But there's a difference between networking and friendship.
Yeah.
And sometimes those things just end up getting really sort of tangled together, and then you lose sight of it being a friendship if it was, or thinking that you're now friends when it's just a network situation, and not understanding what actual friendship is.
Yeah. I guess it's a thin line. It's hard to distinguish sometimes, because if you have good friends, or like, you also meet a lot of, like, in the real world, you meet a lot of people because of your things you're into, like, or at work. You'll make some friends because of work. Now, you definitely can talk about work, and that's your bonding point. Or if you play music or sports, and that's your bonding point. But that doesn't mean you're using those people, because you also have to keep that relationship going, because it can turn into that. Like, if someone's in your business and they're doing better than you, and they're like a mentor to you, or you want them to be a mentor, just because you want to talk to them, then you can become friends. It doesn't mean you have to like just suck all their knowledge and get all their money and suck everything they got offer to you. You should never do that. Like, you should just want to be like, you make me feel good, I trust you, and I laugh when I'm around you. Yeah. That's cool. Would you like to work on this with me? And you work on together and something comes out of it, that's cool. But money and friendship always make shit a little bit touchy.
Yeah.
So just be careful of that. Yeah. But have friends and enjoy them. They're on one of the best parts of life.
Yeah, you can't go around looking at people like, dollar signs, or, what can you do for me? And it's just, I understand, like, if you have like your close core friends, and then you have the people that you're friends with that are like work or business or whatever, but then they're not really necessarily your friends, or more acquaintances kind of thing. And, just keeping those sort of, those boundaries.
And as you get older, for most people, especially me, I have my very select people that I'm very bury the body with. Well, we always call it bury the body. Someone you could call at any moment, and they would come over and help you bury your body, and with very minimal questions. But there's really good friends like that I have very few, and you cannot put a price on those friends.
Yeah.
We've been through some shit together. Things have happened. Like, we trust each other with everything, and it's just like, I got your back, and I might not talk to you for a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, and we talk, and we're good.
Yeah.
So, worth the weight in gold.
Something else that we've seen a lot of is like fear-based messaging out there, where it's like people trying to scare you into, a little bit of a panic in order to buy their product or listen to their advice, kind of a thing.
Yes.
And there's so much of that online right now, and it's so easy to fall into those traps where you're like, oh my gosh, well, maybe I need to take this because I might like lose all my hair and my teeth will fall out or whatever. And it's like not the case. It's just like really feeding off of people's, maybe insecurities, fears, etc., in order to push a product. And I think I don't agree with that at all. And I'm always very skeptical whenever I see anything pushed online, product-wise. But I just think that, fear-based is just like, it's like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that and urgency, the two things. Like it reminds me of car salesman stuff. Like, this car it's only here till tomorrow, and it's if you don't get it, you might die.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like stuff like that. Like, there are sales, I understand, and if I don't get the sale, who cares? Like, it's fine, I'll be okay. But like the pushy, we got to get the sales, the stuff that just doesn't seem right isn't right. You're saying the fear, like, if you don't get this, no one will think you're sexy in your 40s.
Yeah.
If you don't have hair in your 40s, no one's gonna love you.
Yeah.
If you don't have abs, no one's gonna care. Like, stop that shit. And I understand it's been like that for forever.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. So sales and stuff always use those tactics of urgency and fear. And they want to get you in there, and fear is a big way of people falling for things.
Yeah.
Big, what ifs. Oh, I can't have that. So.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it just like really gets, I think especially for people that maybe are a little bit more naive, or people that are a little bit older, like I know, like my mom, bless her heart, can be a little gullible. And so if she sees something like that, she's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? And it's like I don't want that for her, and I don't want that for other people,
Yeah.
because
There's a lot of
I mean,
scams nowadays too because
so many.
of all electric. It's so computer driven. Everything's on an electronic device, and it's so, like, there's a lot of scams that do that. They can get in your mail. They can send you all these things from
Yeah.
random stuff that looks like your Amazon package was delivered, and everyone's got 6 Amazon packages coming. So like, it's just those things that people have always used manipulation and try to get in there and steal your money. People's always done it. Human nature is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
But you just got to use your common sense and understand, like, if it's not something for you, don't really worry about it.
Yeah, and do your research before you
do your research on
victim.
all these things, and you have to take what people say with a grain of salt now and do your research. And if it's something that resonates with you, that you feel like this is a very beneficial to me, look into it and then really see if it's something you really want. You got to go for it. If you don't risk it. So another one is that everything is a pitch nowadays too, especially online.
Yeah.
Everything's a pitch. People will wake up and be like, I just woke up looking like this. Bitch, you look, I have makeup on, your hair's did. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't just wake up like that. And how'd you get the phone in your hand while you in bed? Like, just have some common sense.
Yeah, it's like morning routines.
Yeah.
I love the little morning vlog, reels on Instagram where it's like, it shows I'm like switching the light on and then getting out of bed and this, that, and the other, and like going through the routine. And it's like, it's not a routine, you're filming it.
Yes.
So you're not, it's hard to like watch that and be like, well, this is what you do every morning. Like, when it's performative, really.
Yeah.
And so that kind of goes back to what we were saying in the beginning with everything sort of being content, and like what is actually created for content and what is just filmed because you're in the moment and you're living it. It just becomes so, it's just so like, those lines are so blurred that you can't tell the difference. And I feel like a lot of us end up sort of in that, that comparison sort of realm where you're like, well, my morning routine doesn't look like that. Like, I wake up, I look like, Swamp Thing.
God, yeah.
Like, I stumble out to the coffee maker and it's like, I'm not cute, it's not glamorous. And then you kind of start to feel like a little bit bad about yourself, or like maybe I'm doing something wrong.
I should do more.
Yeah, I'm not doing enough.
I need to do more. I need to wake up at 3 a.m. and then fast for 6 hours, but then get 6 workouts in and write a book.
Yeah.
And then 2 p.m. comes around, I got to do another 6 workouts. I done made $6 million and I'm beautiful. And then I'm just going to go party and travel the world. That's how the internet kind of wraps up, makes you feel. But I'm not a fan of the morning routines like that. The only people that technically need really early mornings are the people that really work all day. Not the people that film their bullshit of going coffee and sitting on the computer and doing. You don't need to wake up at 4. That's your decision. You like it because there's a lot of people that love waking up early and doing some cardio and doing all that. That's fine. That's good. But you don't really need to be like, look at my morning routine every morning.
Right. Well, that's just it. Is it their morning routine?
I
It's like
guess there's some
somebody
realistic to it.
somewhere like was like, oh, this is my actual morning routine, and then someone else was like, well, I'm gonna get you one
Yes.
better.
Yes,
and
everyone
I'm
up
gonna
in
do
the-
my green juice
This
and
is
my
true.
20 vitamins,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna meditate and 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 it's like,
Do my breathing exercises for 30.
Right.
Bitch, I fell back to sleep.
Yeah.
If you're going to get me to sit up on the end of the bed at 4 in the morning and I'm going to go right back to bed, I went. I'm done. I'm
Right.
done. My breathing is trying to get my ass to the car because I got places to be if I'm waking up at 4.
yeah. So
Like,
you just need to really take a look at these kinds of things that you see. Like, we see them all the time, all day long. Like, how much of it is realistic and how much of it is just for views? Because a lot of it's just for views. Like, they're just pretty videos of pretty people doing things that are, aspirational, whatever. And maybe you'll pull some inspiration from it, and maybe you'll actually learn something that does work for you. But it's just that it's like it's constant.
Yeah.
It's that constant intake of content, because I mean that's all it really is. So you can't look at someone and be like, oh, this is their life all the time. They're so glamorous, because it's not. It's content.
most people is not 1%, maybe 1% in the world have that kind of life. But realistically, I know a lot of people that are very busy and do very well by just like waking up a little bit early, getting a little bit of cardio or a little bit of workout in, and trying to just stay consistent through the day.
Yeah.
But all that other stuff, I don't know how much it matters. I don't know if it really does, all the breathing and all the mouth tapes and all these things that people want to do. I just red glasses and all that. Like, just how about we just first let's sleep. How about we just do shit through the day that's productive and do all that, and then we can sleep. And maybe that I don't know enough about it, and honestly, maybe I don't have a problem sleeping. I don't think I do. I fall asleep pretty easy because I do shit during the day and I'm tired. So I don't have that
So you don't have a 20-step wind down routine.
Yeah, I don't have any wind down routine.
At the end of the night that I can film for
My
everybody.
wind down routine is I'm busy. I got to go to bed now. Let's go to bed. We got to go to bed because I need to wake up at 4.
Yeah.
And I need this many hours of sleep, so we have to do this. And I'll lay in bed and watch some TV for a second and go out. That's just how I work.
Yeah.
Try to keep it pretty simple.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. People like to overcomplicate shit now. Sleeping is not complicated.
Sleeping is not complicated. Well, there can be for some people.
Some people, but that's what I'm saying. For the majority, this is about majority. Majority of people. Let's be real. We're not over here just saying everyone should not do this. It's just the majority. Everything's a grain of salt nowadays.
Yeah. So what are some things that you just feel like are not okay to put out there for everyone to see that to you would never be content creation for you?
I think we covered it with your emotional distress and crying and your personal. Unless you've been doing vlogs or some blog or something and you've been for a long time and you have a fan base and something's happened you've brought up and it's it's a personal kind of thing, but you want to share it with people because they've seen it, then that's okay. But other than that, your personal shit, realistically, I don't think it needs to be out there. I don't think you need to be talking shit on people either. I'm a big advocate of a lot of videos now are, especially with social media, like Instagram's really bad for this, is you'll have a video of someone talking shit on someone else's video and just, this guy here doesn't know what he's doing. I would never do this as an asshole. Why are we there?
Right.
How did we get there?
That guy is making money off of
Yes, it doesn't make sense to me.
Videos and it
doesn't make sense to me that that's where we're at. When did everyone else become a sports and newscaster?
Right.
Stop it. Just let the dude, if it sucks, let him suck. You'll be fine. Now, if it's something that you want to break down and help other people, not in ways to make it better or worse, just to be this is what it really is, then that's fine. I've seen those. Some of those are fine. But I find it strange that people do videos over videos now. I think that's weird. That's just me.
It's easy.
That's the trick.
It's easy.
It's easy because all the content's already built, and all you gotta do is talk some shit on it. I'm not a big fan of reaction videos. I don't think that stuff. I don't care about what someone has to say about a video. I do like some comedy stuff where people will say something funny about a video because I like comedy. I think stupid shit's funny to me. I come from the '80s, so stupid, extreme, bad, all that stuff is funny to me.
Yeah.
Somebody falling down, someone yelling something, jokes that shouldn't be funny, they're fucking funny. We come from the '80s where words were allowed. Shit's fucking funny.
So, let me ask you this. What do you think about everybody sort of driving to become their own brand, that everybody needs to be or have their own brand? Do you think that that's true? Do you think we all need to brand ourselves in some way?
I don't think everyone should be a brand. I don't think everyone should be a brand. I don't think everyone I'm going to say something. I don't think everyone's voice needs to be so heard. I don't think they need to worry about it so much. I think we're way over the top with everyone's opinion should be heard by everyone else, and everyone's opinion really matters. You're not qualified. You're not fucking qualified. You're a UPS driver, and you're trying to give someone doctor's tips, and you're pissed at this doctor. You don't know. You're not qualified. I am not qualified on a lot of things to speak on. I'll never speak on them. And I'll make jokes and do whatever, but the stuff that I know a little bit about, I'll tell you about, and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Things I've experienced about, hey, these are what I've experienced about, this is where I am. And when I hit the peak of that, I will not speak on it. Mm-hmm. Or I will say, I don't really know what I'm saying, but this is what I think. What do you think of all that?
I agree with you because there are certain things that I won't speak on because I'm I just don't know. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to sit over here and make assumptions or, talk about things that I honestly just don't know anything about. As far as do I think everybody needs to be a brand or have a brand or that kind of stuff? I think that is something that's gotten really out of control now, because it's like, and you see this everywhere, that if you want to be taken seriously, you need to have your own brand. And not necessarily in the sense of like you're selling a product or, you know, you've developed something like that. Like you as a person, you need to turn yourself into a brand, because that shows authority. It shows, you know, it's how you show up in the world. Like even if you're looking for employment, that your employers are going to go to your social media, they're going to look and see like, who is this person? What is, you know, essentially what is their brand? And it's like mind blowing to me that we are sort of dehumanizing ourselves in such a way. Yeah, and it's like, it's so curious, like how we got here, you know, just from the last couple of years with social media. That starting on social media, we're supposed to be like communicating with people and like just sharing things and having fun and keeping in touch with people, that now it's like you have to be your own brand. You have to have a perfectly curated social media and like, life. And it's
curated
like,
life.
Yeah, it's totally curated. And then, you know, being able to monetize that and like create a product and then sell back end stuff or have your affiliates. And it's like, wow. And if you don't have all that, if you're not about that life, or, you know, you're struggling to be about that life, then like you're not enough. You know what I mean? Then you're viewed as like, well, I don't want to work with you. You only have 500 followers or 3,000 followers, and we're looking for someone with at least, you know, 15 or 30,000. And it's like, because I'm not a social media person, because I don't have this amazing Instagram, like I can't get a job, like things like that. Like to me, that's all just mind blowing that this is where we're at today.
Well, I mean, you did kind of in the middle of that say what the issue is. Everything was good until it got monetized.
Yeah.
Once people saw that you can make money, making videos and making shorts and doing whatever at your house, it just took the fuck off.
Yeah.
It really did. And COVID probably didn't help, because so many people that worked all the time had a chance to become something that they would have never been before, because now they got paid to stay home, because money runs everything. As sad as it is, and as part of the world it is, it's money runs everything. That's just what it is. You want to eat, you need money, or you can grow your own. Most people just want to buy some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so money runs everything. So that is the lore of it. That's why people do all this, for money. And a lot of people want to be famous. Never in my life would I ever want to be famous.
You were famous. You were famous.
Never famous. The fuck. I played behind other people. That's why I liked it. I want to be. I'm just saying, if
Google
when we
Chris
get some
Faircloth
money,
drummer.
when we get some money, there will be signs. It won't be a lot of signs, but I'll drop some hints. It won't be anything crazy. I don't need a chain or anything nuts like that, or a giant chateau. That's you. But a couple nice, you know, nice, decent car, some animals, and a decent house.
So with all of this stuff being said, minus the crying on camera, like we are totally about that life.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is to be able to do the things, we understand it. Like, we understand why you do it.
And we said it earlier, it's all about the freedom.
The freedom would be amazing.
Freedom.
But we also, and I'm sure a lot of people will relate and understand this and see it, and some people might disagree, that we are just trying to be as authentic as fucking possible. That's my thing. This is who I am. I don't want to lie about, like, you may like me, you may not like me, and if you don't, this ain't fucking for you. I said that before. This really is not. What we do here is just, this literally is the reason we got the name. It's between us and how we would talk in the house. But I'm a little bit more crazier, but, you know, like, we would talk in the house. This is the stuff that I thought we want to talk about. These are things that we see throughout the week and we notice, and it's just like, yeah, we should probably talk about this.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about this.
We should talk about it. Why not? We like to talk a lot about to each other. You know, that's a really big part in our relationship.
Yeah.
I like to ask a lot of questions because I always want to get to know you more all the time. So these are just other things. Maybe we can help someone else. Like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Or you guys are idiots. Or this is awesome.
Yeah.
Or just so. That's why we do all this. I think it's just a little bit more of a authentic eye opener of, like, I think we need more people having real conversations about just stupid shit or really serious shit. But we need to talk more.
Yeah.
And we don't need to monetize the talking. Like, we don't need to monetize the talking. If this would ever if this does pop off, we're going to monetize it. The reason we're going to monetize it is so we can make it better.
Yeah,
that's another
100%,
thing too.
100%.
So it can get
better.
better, not for any that you make more money. You can put more money in that. The goal for us to make money and to be able to monetize things is to make this better and be able to help spread wealth.
Yeah,
that's it.
100%.
I don't need a gold chain. I don't need a bunch of shit. But you need some nice stuff, baby.
I need some shoes.
Because the cake needs frosting. What's up?
All right. On that note. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any ideas of any videos that you would like to see from us, please drop us a comment. We would love to hear from you, as always. And thank you for being here, and we will see you in our next video.
In our next one, make the money.